Welcome to another Google Whisk AI video tutorial. Today I will show you how you can transform your sketches, no matter if they are pencil sketches or digitally drawn sketches, into different final illustrations, covering more than 90 art styles you can try. Even if you don't want to render your sketches with AI, it can still be useful to get color and lighting variations to see how it looks before doing it manually and realizing at the end that it didn't look right. So we can use AI as a tool to help speed up our workflow. You can get started for free. Just search Google Whisk in your search engine, and you should see the Google Labs link that includes more tools. Sign in with any Gmail account. I have the Pro version, but there are also many free generations available. With Pro, I haven't hit the limit yet, and I've generated a lot of images. You can click here to enter the tool, then just click Continue and read the tips it offers. Now we are here in this simple interface. I covered Google Whisk in another video you can find on my channel. I tested a lot of prompts and made a list with over 90 prompts that work. I will test them more in this recording to see exactly what I get when I use them for the first time and how you can adapt them if needed. I will also try to make a PDF version with previews that you can get from Discord for free. You can click on Add Images or on this arrow to expand the sidebar. What we will use today is the subject section. Since we are working with sketches, the subject will be our actual sketch. Click on Upload Image, and I have here a few sketches that I will try today. Let me add this orc sketch, and you will see it's analyzing the image. It knows how to include that subject, and after it's analyzed, we can add a prompt and transform our sketch with AI. We have here a few settings you should be aware of. Make sure the precise reference option is on, so it uses Nano Banana, and for aspect ratio, choose one that matches your image. Since my sketch is square, I will generate it in square format as well, because I noticed I get better results when the ratio is exactly the same. You can generate in other ratios if you want, but the results might not be identical. AI in general, it will make it as close as possible to your sketch, but it will not be perfectly identical, and for some complex sketches, some details might get lost. Let me show you how I prompt. In the first part of the prompt, I say, a final illustration, but you can replace illustration with photo, image, or painting, depending on the case. Then you say in the style and describe the style. After that, I use this part to make it more similar to my sketch, saying precisely following the lines and forms of the subject sketch. I used subject there, so it works with any image, but you can be more specific if you want, like saying orc sketch. Then add more details about how it should be rendered, using more words to make the style more accurate, including color, light, and environment details. Click on this arrow to generate. Google Whisk will always do 2 generations at a time, but you can click again and generate another set of 2, up to a maximum of 6 total images generating at the same time. The generation usually takes around 5 to 15 seconds, so it's pretty fast. You can open one image and change the prompt to edit it, maybe change the eye color or add armor. Let's add another subject using this plus sign, then upload an image. Let's take this anime girl with a teddy bear and wait for it to finish. Right now, both are selected, so make sure you leave only one selected. If you leave both selected, it will generate an image combining the orc and the girl together, which will change the composition. With only the girl selected, I can generate in this watercolor style. The result looks good. It has that nice watercolor feel and texture. Let me add another sketch. This time I'll add this cute bunny. I can add multiple images here and just switch from one to another depending on what I need. For example, I have here a sketch made by Uday, a member from Discord. It's a pencil sketch, and even if the lighting or sketch is not perfect, the AI was still able to clean it up and make a nice watercolor painting style from it, which is pretty cool. Even if you paint with real watercolor, you can still get inspiration from AI for color and use this AI image as a reference in the real world. Moving to classical oil painting, this style imitates thick oil paint with textured brushstrokes, great for adding depth, richness, and a traditional fine art look to your illustration. Rococo painting reflects the elegance and extravagance of 18th century art, ideal for creating luxurious, romantic scenes. But in this case, it looks funny with the orc wearing a wig and surrounded by floral elements and pastel colors. Gouache painting is a matte, opaque style with strong color and crisp edges, useful for creating bold, flat illustrations that still keep a rich, handcrafted texture. You can use this button to download an image or add it to favorites, and you can find all your favorite images later by clicking on this heart icon. Fresco painting is a classical style with soft, earthy tones and a slightly rough texture, ideal for creating timeless, mural-like images that feel ancient and organic. Fluid art, or acrylic pour painting, is a free-flowing style that creates swirling, marbled color patterns, ideal for abstract designs with a sense of movement and spontaneity. Whimsical textured oil painting is a playful, expressive style with thick brushstrokes and vintage tones, perfect for giving characters or scenes a charming, storybook-like quality. I only got this message once all day, so it missed one of my generations, and I got only one generation for the bunny. You can see if I try again to generate, it works fine. You can also hover over an illustration and delete it. I like to keep everything arranged nicely. Moving back to the orc, let's try a Chinese ink painting, a traditional style using fluid brushwork and ink tones. It might be hard to see it clearly here since it's similar to the original sketch, but it does have some fluid brushwork. By the way, if you like a style, you can generate images even without a sketch. With no subject selected, you can just generate using that prompt and get a random painting in that style. Or you can actually add a subject at the beginning, maybe a bonsai tree. For this example, it didn't capture the style very well, so let me try a portrait of a Chinese woman to see if it can do better. And yes, that seems to represent the style much more accurately and matches what I had in mind. So let me reselect the orc sketch and try a charcoal drawing, which is a monochrome drawing style with deep tones and rough shading, great for creating dramatic, high-contrast images with a raw, expressive texture. You can also use AI to refine and clean up your sketches. For example, you can see how detailed the orc sketch was and how clean it looks now. Let me try it on a pencil sketch, and you can see how it cleaned it up and made a slight variation similar to the original sketch. Doodle art, or Zentangle, is a detailed line drawing style made of repeating patterns, perfect for creating intricate, calming designs that mix structure with creativity. Try a few generations since different seeds might give better results. Ink pen cross-hatching is a detailed drawing style that uses fine ink lines and dots to build shadows and texture. It can create interesting, illustrative sketches. Soft pastel drawing is a powdery style with smooth color blending and soft edges, great for creating warm, expressive artwork with a gentle, textured look. You can also change the subject and use pastel colors for a beautiful result. Marker rendering is a clean, precise style using smooth marker tones and sharp highlights, ideal for product design sketches, concept art, and polished visual presentations. Engraving or woodcut style is not so visible on this anime girl, but it mimics traditional printmaking with fine etched lines and cross-hatching, perfect for creating detailed, vintage-looking illustrations with strong contrast and precision. I also like to use this concept art sketch style, which produces sketches similar to real hand-drawn ones that sometimes have guidelines or construction lines. You can see on this character how it added those extra lines that make it look more like a real sketch. Two-tone digital sketch is a loose, expressive style using bold blue lines and bright pink accents, great for dynamic concept art or quick modern-looking character and design sketches. Expressive ink and watercolor sketch is a lively, spontaneous style that mixes bold ink lines with fluid watercolor splashes, perfect for capturing motion, emotion, and artistic energy. Concept art digital painting is a cinematic style with dramatic lighting and realistic detail, ideal for visualizing characters, worlds, or scenes in games and films. It's one of my favorite styles. Look how nicely it rendered this bunny. Sci-fi concept art is a futuristic style focused on sleek forms, metallic textures, and cool lighting, great for designing advanced technology, spaceships, or cybernetic environments. Dark fantasy concept art is a moody, atmospheric style with muted colors and gritty textures, ideal for creating eerie, dramatic worlds filled with tension and mystery. But sometimes Google refuses to generate horror-like styles for kids, like the girl in the sketch I had. so it only did one generation. There is also the whimsical digital art style that I forgot to record. It's a colorful, storybook-inspired style with soft lighting and playful tones. Digital speed painting is a fast, expressive style with bold brushstrokes and rough detail, great for capturing mood, lighting, and composition without overworking the image. Glitch art is a digital style that uses visual errors like pixel shifts and color splits, ideal for creating chaotic, futuristic, or experimental designs with a distorted, tech-inspired look. Retro airbrush digital style recreates the glossy, neon look of the 80s artwork, perfect for vibrant, futuristic designs with smooth gradients and bold, nostalgic flair. Digital impressionism is a painterly style that focuses on light, color, and atmosphere through visible brushstrokes. Surreal digital painting is a realistic yet dreamlike style that mixes believable detail with impossible scenes, perfect for creating imaginative, thought-provoking visual stories, but it might be harder to keep the exact position of the sketch. Dark, magical fantasy art is another style that I love. It's a mystical style blending moody tones with glowing highlights, ideal for creating dramatic, otherworldly scenes filled with mystery and enchantment. Some subjects work better than others. For example, for this anime girl, it was okay, but I can adjust the prompt, maybe by using vibrant colors instead of desaturated ones. That way, I still get a dark mood, but with vibrant colors, which looks quite nice, I would say. Stylized fantasy game art is a colorful, polished style with smooth shading and bold lighting, perfect for creating eye-catching characters or assets that look ready for modern games. Whimsical fantasy prop art is a playful, stylized style with exaggerated forms and painterly textures, great for designing charming, hand-painted objects that fit in magical game worlds. This is another style that I like. Whimsical textured illustration is a soft, charming style with gentle textures and pastel tones, perfect for creating cozy, storybook-like images with a friendly, handcrafted feel. Gothic cartoon, or Burtonesque style, is a dark yet whimsical look with exaggerated thin forms and pale tones, great for creating eerie, quirky characters and moody fantasy scenes. Whimsical storybook watercolor is a gentle, textured style with soft, earthy tones and painterly charm, good for creating warm, nostalgic illustrations with a handcrafted storybook feel. Ethereal pastel illustration is a soft, dreamy style with smooth gradients and light pastel tones, which you can use to create airy, luminous artworks that feel calm and otherworldly. I already worked a few days on this video, and it takes a lot of time to synchronize the voice with the audio, so I will show you the rest of the styles while playing some music in the background. Don't forget to check the video description to see how to get the prompts for free. Enjoy!
You can get the prompts for free from Discord. I have worked a lot on this video, so if you found something useful, please leave a like and a comment to help with the algorithm. Thank you, AI Titans, and everyone who joined the membership or gave super thanks. Have a great day, and I will see you on Discord.